Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil. So let's see where market can move and how we can plan for tomorrow. First things, we are going to see weekly, then daily, then 50-minute time frame. Last week we discussed on here, as soon as it crossed 12,200 or 12,175, we should look for buy here and market is going to be positive. And you can see after breakout this level, almost market touched 12,600, 650. That means a 400 to 500 point we already achieved in one direction. Because in previous time we already discussed that market completely trading on a range. 4 weeks market did not move anywhere, almost trade on the same range. That means if it is breakout, then we discuss at least buyer will try to close above his previous resistance. And right now already sell up are going to be starting near on this resistance level. It was a completely positive market except Friday market almost came up with a selling pressure. So right now how we can understand which that market can travel based on weekly chart, market almost made confusing candle. Doji candle is some confusing candle because both side market already traveled for this week. So but one thing, yes, if 12,600 going to be breakout, it's on positive sign, it's on positive market. But market right now near on closing 12,400. As intraday trader, we have to understand which that market can travel for tomorrow, so at least we can take a trade. So right on here, based on weekly chart, directional is not clear, it's on confusing stage. So chances are very high. If it is a breakout, then only momentum going to be possible. So direction, so view is not clear for weekly chart. So let's check the small time frame. It's a daily time frame to understand exactly which side market can travel and how we can understand. And last week, I think on Friday we discussed on here market completely going on upside and exactly resistance near on 12,700, 750 going to be next resistance level for the market. But also important point we discussed 12,550 another important support for the market. If this is going to be breakdown, we can go and short the market and market came up for the selling. Exactly after break this level, market sharply fall down on here. So right now you might be thinking after seeing this negative candle that it's market going to be negative or how long selling pressure will be continue. One more important point you can see here 12,200 no doubt is on breakout level. It's on breakout. After breakout market almost 3-day continuously become positive on here. So after breakout market pause on here. Why this pause on here? Why generally market came for the selling on here? Suppose 12,000 level buyer, if you buy on here till 12 from 12,000 already within 3 days you already achieved 600 points. 600 point within 3 days is not a small things. After completely buying 600 point, buyer generally book their profit because resistance is near almost 600 points they already achieved within 3 days. So this kind of scenario after match they are going to book their profit. After book their profit, generally market slightly come down for selling. So but this selling is not completely become negative because in our previous time what we learned after continuous selling, first pullback always come for selling because sharp selling whenever market try to go, it will going to face this resistance level. Due to this resistance level, market will come down again. Similarly on this case, market continuously going on upside. That means each and every swing will going to be support for the market. Whenever market trying to become retracement on here, that means all of this buyer will going to utilize this swing and also new buyer will going to be at this place and market generally will going to make a new high and this swing going to be breakdown and it is going to be positive market on here. This is generally higher high made look like. Similar case we can see here it's on completely upside momentum. It's a first pullback is the not sign for selling, but you can see here how we can understand how market should reversal or how we should understand that market will going to be for the selling. First, after continuously buy is the first pullback. After first pullback, suppose on Monday market after flat opening, market slightly came down, coming for selling pressure. After slightly selling pressure, as soon as it touch this swing, all of this new buyer will going to aggressively buy from here because no doubt they already missed this positive uptrend. So for it is for them going to be opportunity for the buying. So suppose slightly come down, as soon as they are going to meet this support, market will going to be a reverse on here, and this reversal will generally will going to break his nearest resistance, which is already faced 12,600. As soon as this break, it will going to be higher high formation and market going to be positive, and this breakout at least buyer will try to close above 12,800. So after all of this scenario, buyer will going to be confident for the market, and we also can understand that yes, it was a bullish market because we already planned for that. This is the first learning. Suppose in second learning, how we can understand this is not going to be formation if market going to be about selling pressure, how we can understand. Similarly, it's a continuously a positive momentum. It's a first pullback. After first pullback, as we discussed, suppose on tomorrow market slightly come for selling, as soon as meet his support level, buyer will trying to buy on here. Definitely buyer will going to purchase this level. After new buyer adding this level, if seller are more stronger, if for the seller, if they think that yes, this price is overvalued, if buyer and after buying the market, if seller are again able to take the market in downside, and the latest swing already from the place where buyer entry on here, if this swing going to break down, it's a sign of negativity. We can understand yes, this positive trend is no more valid and market can become selling. An important point will going to be 12,200. Remember, if we see this kind of price action from this level and also 12,200 going to be breakdown, it's a sign of aggressive selling. We can understand yes, market can become selling pressure on here. I hope you understand all of my point friends. Right now market is not made yet anything, but we just plan. As a trader, it is not our job to predict the market. We just have to understand which set market can travel based on probability, so we can so at least we can take a trade for tomorrow to get the better result. If market move according to us, we're going to make a profit. If it is not, then SL is there, we're going to respect the market. So I hope you understand this psychological point, friends. So let's take the 50-minute time frame to take a intraday movement, how we can take a trade for tomorrow. On Friday, we discussed on this place 12,550 going to be most important support for the market. If we see that market as soon as break, we are going to short on here, and market can become sharply negative on here because market continuously going on upside, buyer already in the profit, so somewhere they are going to book their profit, and it was look like going to be the perfect place for the buyer. Because one of the reason we discussed, if market going positive side, how we can understand if market about to selling. First swing, always mark the first swing. If first swing going to be breakdown, it's a sign of negativity. Yes, buyer are getting weak on here and seller are going to be strong on here. Based on that concept, this is the place we identify on Friday. 12,540.50 going to be important support, and you can see here almost 1 hour market hold this resistance support level. Remember, if any support market trading multiple time and trading almost spending the time on a support level is another sign of selling. You can see almost 1 hour after trading, market already breakdowns. After breakdown this level, it's a sharp selling. There is no any doubtful scenario. It's a sharp selling. Market continuously becomes selling pressure on here. So right now, how we can understand the movement for tomorrow? Right now, interesting things we can see here. 12,340.50 going to be important support for the market. But this support you can see almost 1, 2, 3 times, almost 3 times already retest this level. That means this support also become weak on here. How we can plan? Suppose for tomorrow after opening flat, as soon as it break this swing, we are going to short on here, and the target will going to be 1:2, and don't hold more than 1:2, because you can see 300 and 260, 250 may act as support for the market. As we discussed on daily time frame, this is the place we're going to be support, but we can take a small trade after opening flat. As soon as we break this swing, we are going to short 30 to 35 going to be stops. Honestly, going to be our target. This is going to be our first plan. And suppose market open gap up, what could be happen if market open gap up? Remember, this is the place where market sharply fall down. That means it's a very strong resistance for the market. After opening gap up, we are not going to do any trade. We are going to be wait for one day to close market somewhere any side. Suppose if market close somewhere in higher side, next day we are going to plan for the positive side. Similar case, if market after opening gap up, market close somewhere on its support level, which is going to be more confirmation for the selling, because this support, as we already discussed, this support almost become weak on here. After opening gap up, if market comes near on his support again, so next day it should be for the breakdown, because selling always fast. So after opening gap up, we are not going to be take a trade on for tomorrow. We are going to be wait just to see which side market going to be closed. Upside closing for the buying, downside closing we are looking for selling for next day. So suppose if anything gap up, if anything gap up 12,200 to 250, we already discussed that this is going to be demand zone for the buyer. Suppose after opening gap up, maybe we are going to see a sharp reversal till closing price. So how we can take a trade after opening gap down? We have to be wait first 15 minutes. It is most important. First 15 minutes we are going to be wait. If any positive green candle, if market made any green candle, then we can plan to take a trade with small quantities until this positive positive trend may be continue till its previous closing price. Remember, closing price will going to be act as a support resistance for the market. Only we are going to buy if market made green candle on 50-minute time frame. Again, it's not a confirmation, it just a probability in the market. If market generally after gap down on a demand zone, if market made a green candle, mostly market almost travel on positive side. But again, it's a probability, it's not a confirmation. I hope you understand all of my points, friends. I hope you all I hope the direction is become clear right now on here about the Nasdaq. So let's check the S&P 500 to take a trade for tomorrow. A similar plan, similar story. After if anything gap up opening, we are not going to do any trade. If market able to close above 4,000, we can understand yes, it's a bullish market, it's a positive market, and next day we can plan to take a trade. Similar place on if market closing on nearest support, next day we can plan to sell on here. So that means tomorrow we're going to be wait and watch day if market unfortunately open gap up. This is going to be our plan. Suppose after opening flat, as soon as it break 3,000, this swing 3,340, 3,335, we can take a small take a trade, and 10 point going to be stop loss, 1 is to going to be our target. This is going to be for S&P 500. So I hope you understand all of these points, friends. Let's take the stock. Which stock we can take a trade for tomorrow? First stock will going to be Alibaba. Alibaba will going to be for the selling. After opening flat, $100 is psychological level. As soon as it break, we can plan to take a trade for tomorrow. One and half or $1 and $2 going to be stop loss, 1 is going to be our target. Remember, if anything gap up, we have to ignore this trade, because if anything gap up, it will try to close above 106. That means it will going to be confusing stage. We are not going to be take any trade if anything gap out. 98.50, similar that if anything gap up, if anything slightly gap up or flat opening, we can take a trade. As soon as it break this 100 level, market can become sharply fall down and we can take a trade on here. So this is the first stock, which is Alibaba. Second stock will going to be the Facebook. Facebook also for selling is almost after opening gap down, already almost made inverted hammer candle. As you can see, the important things, market need to open flat. If anything gap up, we are going to ignore same, because if anything gap up, it will going to be positive on here. After opening flat, as soon as it break 168, we can plan to short on here, and $2 going to be stop loss, 1 is going to be our target. And we can watch this stock because its previous next support will going to be somewhere like 160, 159, 58. So it's a very good point we can collect. If market going to be selling pressure for tomorrow, we also can hold for 1 to 2 days. Suppose if market do not move for tomorrow, market pause on here, that means it's a more confirmation for the selling. So next day we can plan for the selling again. I hope you understand all of my points, friends. If you understand, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.